Today, I would like to speak to the entrepreneurs that have put together a good company. You have the know how, you have the abilities, you have the knowledge, the understanding, the data, the information, and you have somehow created a very powerful and insightful, successful circle of influence. You are helping people, you are reaching people, whether it is with a particular product, whether it is for a service that you are providing to the people, whatever it is, you are being successful. However, you have a good number of people that you need to hire. You have hired several of them, but you have forgotten one very important principle, and that is that you must train your team for success. And usually, when people get hired and they don't have the right training, they don't seem to see the vision and the mission and the purpose that is in your heart, what you want to extend to them. You want them, first of all, you want your company to be an extension of who you are. You want your company to be an extension of your heart. And then you want the team to be an extension of your company so that that team will be reflecting the very principles and values and virtues that make you who you are and the things that you do. So you need to put time and employ time for your team to learn the principles of leadership. Why is that important? Because a lot of people, when they get hired, they believe in positional leadership. Now, positional leadership is wonderful, but it's not the only form of leadership. In fact, it's the lowest form of leadership. When people grow in leadership, they grow in other areas in which they can lead people not by the title that they possess, but by the influence that they possess. So we need to learn to be influential. And in order for that to happen, you have to be your team, for example, everyone in your team have to understand that they need to know the people that they serve. They need to come down from a pedestal if they are in such a pedestal. Many people are. People stand in a pedestal every time they have a title. They want to hit themselves in the chest and say, oh, I am so and so, vice president so and so, or president so and so, or I am the director or so, or the coordinator, or the supervisor, the administrator, whatever it is that they have, especially those that have come into positions of leadership. Because there are people that have positions that they do not have to lead others. But that doesn't mean that they don't need the leadership, the skills that your company requires when it comes to serving your clients. The reality is, however, that those people that will be leading your clients had to be led by a good supervisor, a good director, a coordinator, a president, a vice president, whoever it is in your company. And then those are in higher position of leadership. They have positional leadership, but are they good leaders? Well, they may not be. Because if your staff and the people that work under you only respond to them in a block of time, in other words, I had to go to work from 8 to 4, and I would not give him a minute after 4. I would not give him a minute before, and I will give them the very minimum. Why is that? Why would somebody give your supervisors and your leaders in your particular organization the bare minimum? Well, in most cases, it's because the person that is in a positional leadership role is not a leader, and he cannot influence others if he did not have the title. It's that kind of thinking of You do what I say because I said so, because I have the authority, because I have the power, because I could fire you, because I could write you up, because I could do this and that against you. And all those things seems to be tools and weapons that are provided to the supervisors in order to use them against whoever their workers are, good or bad. But the reality is that taking that power away from that person, will that person be listened to? Will other people follow that person? Well, one of the cases, in most cases, people will not. If they are not giving you more than your request as a leader in a position, then you're not really leading. And you as an entrepreneur that put together this company, you want to make sure that your entire staff is on the same page. And people are growing and growing and growing. One of the books that has been written by John Maxwell is The 5 Levels of Leadership. And in that book, we get a great explanation of these principles. Remember that everything is about principles, and we need to understand these principles. How did you grow through these 5 levels of leadership? So I want you to think about it as an entrepreneur, as a leader, as a person that created a company. I would like you to seriously consider not only reading the book, but to bring together your staff, to have a good mentor and coach, training, preparing them, equipping them, and someone that could answer questions to them, because we need to satisfy the customer as well as the customers in general. And in order to do that, we need to be well versed and grow in the understanding of the principles of leadership that will make any company, any organization grow, expand, and become successful at what they do. Hope to see you next time.